briefly for a segment of AKT Celebrity Reads. I want to do some follow-ups on some things. Um, when I talked about Nipsey said months ago and even last year, there would be explosions and riots in the United States and overseas. I saw yesterday on the news, I think in Russia, at a Russian concert, some shooters. Thank you, beautiful Bobby, for putting my cash up in there. Hit my cash up, make it clap. Came into this place and started just shooting people. Hi, Ethiopian World Federation. Hi, Tamara. Thank you all for your love and support. Hit my cash up, make it clap. Just started shooting people at random in Russia. I'm surprised in March there are winter storms and tornadoes and rainstorms as if this is winter. I'm really shocked. We just moved into spring, getting ready for the spring solstice and then moving into summer. And it's still this winter-like weather, like I told you, Nipsey. And Dr. Sebi said it would be water world. I see some dogs now are coming up with these bacterial infections and viruses like I told you they would. This goat just came up in the United States. I forgot what state it was. The goat has some type of virus. This other virus that's also in the family of Ebola, Marduk, has started infecting people. There's no cure for Marduk and causing infections and death, just like I told you that it would. Somebody sent me, God, y'all be keeping up with this stuff. Thank you. And send me the emails and stuff for this. I've been trying to keep up with it. The more problems with planes and Boeings, different Boeing 737s. It's another series of Boeing jets. There have been problems with and panels missing and fires in them. Having to have emergency landings and turnarounds, just like I have told you, Nipsey has been saying since 2019. This shit, I mean, it's just wild to me. It's crazy to me because all these things that he has continuously told me to warn you about since 2019 have continued to come to pass. I think I saw it yesterday in one part of New York. Like I told you, Nipsey said you'd find these bodies in these houses and in these bags and in these suitcases and in walls and freezers and in different places. They just found another lady in her house in some type of bag in New York where these squatters went in the lady's house and took over the lady's house, and she came in and confronted them. They done killed her and put her in a goddamn bag in there in the house. Yeah, I am royalty. Look at strays, especially if it's black cats. A witch sent the cats. If you're not a witch, you're not practicing magic, and it's not one of your familiars, it's not one of your cats that you let roam and come out, and you start seeing all these stray cats coming. Witches sent the cats that they're familiars to watch you and see what you're doing, to come and report it to them. So if you've known, you've seen, had a lot of bad luck or bad things happen to you or bad dreams or negative energy around your house or inside of there, and then you see the cats coming, that's usually a witch or a group of them that have sent it. It's a monitoring spirit that the witch can see through the eyes of the cat, and the cats go back and forth and tell them. You know, one of my friends was having cats. I've had them, but since I've been sick, well, since I got my surgery in December and recovered, I couldn't cook and put it out there because the cats like Ethiopian goddamn food, like Ethiopian ritual food, goddamn it, like soul food. So I would sit and eat with them by the door from Nipsey's altar and take them on walks. You can look at some of my old videos. This beautiful black cat with green eyes like to come up and eat with me and Nipsey off the altar. And those are their, I guess they like it spicy and soul too. So they eat the Ethiopian food and the ATL Southern food. I had a grasp of them, you know, because I can tell, you know, what's familiars and not. But One of my friends who also does her protection magic has a lot of jealousy coming against her. The cats were so bad, she knew it was her husband's mother who never liked her and didn't want her to have more attention from her son. The mother wanted to control her son and was doing magic on him since he was very little. And this man mine ain't goddamn it good when it comes towards my friend. Now they're separated, but when they were together, we knew it was the mother because the cats looked like the mother. Or when I do the readings, the cats would have the mother's energy on them, and they would follow her and actually try to assault her. This cat followed her out of her driveway. She was kind of running from the cat. It was chasing her, nipping at her legs. And it was so bad. Like a group of the cats would come over there trying to damn double team that lady. She had to put some food out there mixed with some goddamn poison, goddamn it. I mean, because they wouldn't go away. I mean, a cat, I mean, some of them get like that usually when you bother them, but just a cat attacking a human, and then it when she was walking away, the cat started following her, walked down the driveway, started following her up the sidewalk, and then started dive like lunging. This shit was wild when she told me that shit. He won't lunge at no goddamn body else after she put that damn poison in his goddamn food. And it was about five on them. Just and they followed her from one place to the other. She actually moved from one state to another. A group of cats appeared when she went to another state and another house. See, this is the thing. If you don't cancel out those spirits, and it was hard because she was sleeping, with her husband. So her husband's mother hated her. So it was easy for the mother to send them to another state because her son, and she had been trying to break him up. So she would know where to get them, where the lady was. She's not doing it now, or she's protecting herself more thoroughly, and she, split with him. So it's not as bad. So you have to be able to either you read it or you get someone you trust to read it to see why the cats are coming around the door and hanging around wherever you are. And especially, like I said, if you've moved and you see everywhere you go, these animals start to appear. Okay, so brought up Boeing, brought up the Marduk, which is in the Ebola family, brought up these dogs, brought up this sheep. I'm trying to remember what disease this sheep has, this strain it has, which I said this was going to be showing up in these animals. That's being confirmed. Trying to see what else I wanted to go over. Yes, I have. It was really weird what he told me. The young man I just did the reading on, I have his shirts here. And I was wondering because there are about 5 or 6 shirts. But there were 2 shirts. I picked up a lavender one like you see him wearing in the picture and a gray one. He sent me the black one that I said I wanted. He said he wanted me to have a black one. Okay. I was so tired that day. It was like 3 days ago. He woke me up. I was so tired. I slept all day late into the night. It was about 1 or 2 in the morning when I finally got up. He said, go get my shirts. Get my shirts. I saw that FedEx had left them on the porch. They'd been there all day and all night. I don't know. I was just so worn out. Yes, B. Smith. I got his shirts. I opened the box and I said, oh, hi, baby. I got the shirts. You're such a sweet baby. Thank you for giving me the shirts. And I picked up a gray one. And I picked up a lavender one, the one he's wearing on there. I got cold chills all over me. And he was standing at the front door ringing the bell. And his brother told me a story. He said they grew up as Jehovah's Witnesses. And the father was very strict and would make them, because B. Scott, I think, is the baby, they would make them go door to door and ring people's doorbells and try to convert people into becoming Jehovah's Witnesses. And he said that he didn't like doing that because it was so early in the morning. Instead of them playing and their father playing with them and teaching them things, the Jehovah Witnesses live a very strict lifestyle, and their children can't even have a birthday cake or a birthday party. And said B. Scott hated, so B. Smith hated it so much because he was so young and he was forced to go. He would go to the doorbell and just ring, 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 ring. Irritates like, since I'm irritated and I gotta do this and I don't want to do this, I'm gonna irritate them and fuck with them. And he would just ring, 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 ring. Girl, I hate it when they come to my door too. I don't open it. Ring the bell. And I said, so this is this thing, this ringing. And I said, what is it? Does he like doorbells? He likes the sounds of bells. He was a little boy or something. He likes chimes, wind chimes. What is this with this bell? And he told me, I said, oh, wow. I said, he's not trying to irritate me, though. He's ringing the bell. And I know it's also in the underworld, ringing the bell, sounding an alarm. And I got chills when I was touching two of the shirts. And I said, oh, why do out of all these shirts in here, I'm picking up two shirts and I feel you so strong. I'm cold and I get these chills running through me. And then it stood out to me because he put a character on the shirts with the head separated from the body. And so that I knew that was something he was feeling or feeling detached. So I took a picture of him and I said, I got the shirts. And he says, you know that the gray one and the lavender one, he actually wore those shirts. I said, you sent me shirts that baby wore. He said, yeah. I said, it makes sense. And I said, these two right here, I have cold chills right now because I was standing over the box. And he said, those are the ones he actually wore that I gave you. I said, oh my God, I know I felt him so much stronger. And then the weirdest, creepiest thing he did, and I said, why are you doing this? I said, I'm going to put them in this closet by the door because you like watching out for me. He told me that I needed to watch my ex and I needed to watch that door because somebody was thinking about breaking in on me. And then, oh my God, I'm getting cold chills now. He then showed me Charles Manson and he put the words on my white closet in blood, helter skelter. Showed me Charles Manson, and then he showed me the actress Sharon Tate with who is the very famous producer she was pregnant by. At the time, I think he was also a pedophile, and I think he went overseas after Charles Manson and his group slaughtered Sharon Tate, who was a beautiful actress. And God, I can see him in his head. The name I'm trying to see his name. I forgot his name. And I know she told me he was a yes, Roman Polanski. Even that name, I get the creeps. Looking at how you put it in there. She said, hi from South Africa, that she was, and remember Nicki Minaj said she was possessed by a spirit named Roman. She said that Roman Polanski sacrificed her and that Charles Manson worked for the CIA. And he was trained by them into the psychedelic drugs and how to recruit a coven. Along with all the other serial killers, they're trained by the same secret organization. And he said it was going to be an uprising of more helter-skelter types of murders where people be found chopped up. And he said these satanic murders are still going on. They're just not publicly discussing them. He says it's going to happen right now because there are time for sacrificial rituals, even right now in March. Remember, we're going to have a eclipse on Monday, And then we have another one, April the 8th, and the Devil's Horn comet is moving towards the earth, and I think it only appears every 70 something years. You can look up what I'm talking about, the Devil's Horn comet. So that is very significant right now. And he said that Charles Manson is not dead. A lot of these people, they will tell you that are dead and they're not really dead, and they then become, they're cloned, and they have their consciousness uploaded in different groups of people to create a whole new generation of them. He said right now is a sacrificing period. He said these spirits crave blood, and they're wanting to do this is what B Smith told me, and a helter skelter time of kind of way. And we have to look at it right now because we're having two eclipses back to back, tomorrow as a matter of fact, and then April the 8th, and the Satan's comet is coming in the Earth's atmosphere. So these energies and entities are coming for the blood. He said that's the way that they function. What we think is evil and the way they consume human flesh, they have to do it in a way that causes pain to the human. The blood of a human feeds the satanic energy, and they get more power even in the mermaids and in the marine kingdom, where Satan lives out too, in Lucifer. They have houses uh, under the water in the ocean, and they have preachers and their ministers of darkness pretending to be angels of light, like these producers like Diddy and all them, to lure these people in so they can do sacrifices on them. He said they have to go through different systems of the body, and the main part of the body they love is a cardiovascular system, which is also controlled by orishas and the Egyptian gods like the Neteru. And they go into them because they get the meat of the gods and the divine elixirs of the god, and they must make the glands leak. The glands, pineal, pituitary, hypothalamus, um, they have to go and to the different grooves or meninges of the brain. At the central nervous system, they love the spine, they love the spinal cord, the sponginess and the texture of it, and because it holds the eyes of the soul and the reflective membranes, the seat and the mirror of the soul, and the central nervous system and the cardiovascular system. They love the liver, they love the gallbladder, the pancreas, and the spleen. They love the testicles, they love the sex organs, um, because two of the divine elixirs in the sperm and the vaginal secretions, along with the ovaries and the testes. It's like these are where the power lies. They know. And I was surprised at B Smith. I guess when he got near me, he saw this shit through my body, and he was telling me to beware because somebody wanted to do this to me. And he said a scorned lover, past lover. Child, I feel like 20 years a goddamn slave, honey. I am just like Prince, emancipated. I am free from the bondage of that 20-year abusive relationship and karmic. That was a dirty ass karmic that I was with, and that was a cycle for lesson that I needed to learn. And I'm literally coming out of that cycle, set up my boundaries. I no longer uh, want this person around me. I'm not going to forgive them. I'm not going to take them back. And they keep literally like watching my email, like we're watching my social media, spying on me. I don't know what kind of, they must be using a hidden name or false name or something. I know because they brought it up and I saw this video of you and you think you look good and you don't and all this shit. And I'm just looking at him and I'm just like, wow, I didn't even know you're watching my social media. He's reading what people are saying. He's mad because people like me, but you left me, remember? You broke up with me. You dogged me. You decided to walk away and I didn't beg you to stay. It's like, why do people do that? They they want to control somebody and try to destroy them at the same time, and they leave them, and then they want to come back to them. And when the person doesn't want you back because you've done so much damage in their life, and then you want to insult them and attack them because they won't let you come back, but you're the one that left. They didn't leave you, you left them. So why would you want to come back? And why should you let somebody? Because every time you let somebody come back and they do that to you, they have less and less value and respect for you. And they're just coming back to finish you off. They really thought when they snatched the rug from underneath you, you would die and you would fall and you would beg them. What I've learned through this, learn to depend on yourself, learn to depend on God, learn to depend on the universe, and know that the universe has you, but you got to decide when you've had enough pain and when you've had enough disrespect and you've had enough torture. You might not have learned your karmic lesson from that dirty ass karmic. A dirty karmic can be a dirty ass man or a dirty ass woman. So B Scott is B Smith. Why I say B Scott? B Smith is sitting here telling me this, and it's like 2 in the morning, and I'm just like really scared. I'm like, why are you saying that? He said, because it's true. What I'm saying is that's why I'm trying to warn you. I'm standing by the door. I'm ringing your bell. I want you to hear me to ring the bell. And that's the second person that was killed that told me that. Um, Last year, it was a young lady, a pretty young lady that had just had a young baby. Y'all remember? And down here in Atlanta, she was in Conyers, Georgia, and she became missing. And her father, somebody had a doorbell cam next door to her. They saw the husband walking up her driveway. Then they heard a gunshot, and they saw her being kidnapped. Like he kidnapped her, and they couldn't find her in Conyers. And I said she came to me and kept me up. She was in the woods up in Atlanta on the south side, and that's where they found her at. And she said she wanted to tell her mother, I think she wanted white. She wanted to be buried in white. They found her after I said that, like 3 days or so, and I said that I titled it, "Mama, get her casket ready, get her clothes ready," because when you see her, she is gonna be casket ready. She's gonna there's gonna be a funeral, and it's not for you to see me. If you can't listen because you can't see me, don't listen. Um, they found her in the woods on the south side of town. Where I said they would find her South Atlanta dead, physically dead. And she said it too to me. Watch him. Don't trust him. He's going to do you like my husband did me. But he came back acting nice and acting like he wants to, I'm sorry for what I did to you, but I know I'm listening because this is the second person that came in here and says this. B. Smith is saying this, and he's drawing out this diagram. If you all go back and look at the Charles Manson murders, you will see they, I think, cut Sharon Tate's stomach open and started writing in her blood messages on the wall. B. Smith did the same thing on my white closet door. He came inside. It was really creepy to me at like 2 in the morning, leading to 3 in the morning. I said, why are you doing this? He said, also tell everybody else because they're going to start fighting. He said, these are satanic murders, and these murders must take place because this is how these people rule, and it's done by astronomy, astrology, and around these eclipses here. I think one of these we're dealing with a solar eclipse, one's going to be a lunar eclipse, and the devil's horn will be here. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. I think the devil's horn comet's going to be in next week. It is coming towards the earth right now, and that is something that they would call it the devil's horn, or Satan's horn. It's one of those. You can Google it to see what I'm talking about and share it in here with everybody. During this period, he said the sacrifices must be done. So we're going to look in the entertainment world. We're going to look at celebrities. And somebody sent me audio. I don't know if it's true of Diddy and Meek Mill. So that's why they would have. Y'all remember a couple of years ago? I don't know if it was at Diddy's party or where Meek Mill was, and he was dancing like a bitch, entertaining celebrities and hopping around and shit, looking like a goddamn fool. And he's like a parody, like a joke to them, because they fucking him in the ass. So, any man they could fuck all in the ass, they don't have any respect for. Who else I had seen? I saw Wendy Williams' feet. Oh my God, I know how she feels with that edema, the swollen feet and swollen legs, but her skin on her feet looks so thick. And she said she had really bad edema on them and the condition has no cure. And she started crying. But I know there is a cure. It's just like they're not detoxing her body. It's extremely toxic and full of a lot of poison. They're clearly not cleaning out her body. They're not changing her diet. Somebody wants that to happen to her. And metaphysically speaking, when you see someone with their feet like that, it's hard to walk. They wanted to stop this Hi Shirley, stop this person from moving forward because you need your feet and legs to move forward. So they literally grounded her. And I was surprised she showed them the skin on the top is really thick and folded up. When I saw it, I said, oh, I almost wanted to cry. I said, I know how you feel. Because that was happening to me. Poor baby. And she's got all these people around her, all this money, supposedly the best doctors, the best medical attention. And this tells you they did this to this woman on purpose. It was just, oh my God, it broke my heart when I saw her and they're filming her showing this shit. And I was just wondering, like, why are they showing her this way? So it's like a humiliation ritual. I don't think she's getting ready to die. I think they're going to humiliate her a little bit more, put her in front of the world to destroy her credibility, make people not trust her and see her as unstable, just like they did Michael Jackson, just like they did a lot of people. They mentally, emotionally, and character assassinate the person and violate the person and then make the world have a diminished view and value for the person, and then they physically off the person. They already have several body doubles and several clones of the person, like what she was telling me. Okay, so I saw that confirmed. I was talking about her condition. What else did I see? It's been so much. I'm trying to, I shared some of it on my YouTube community forum. If I don't remember something, I'll just come back and redo. I was very glad to meet one of my clients, even though I really don't trust people anymore, and I don't trust women, and I really don't want to engage a lot of women anymore after the dirty shit women have done to me. There was a very nice woman. She drove all the way up from Alabama to meet me and get product from me. She didn't want to wait to mail it. I have the before and after pictures. And she was saying, I saw a few months ago Sly 75 and with that lady Shannon that was harassing you. They were talking about you were a scammer. She said, and I read your comments to respond to it, and you kept asking for proof. You kept asking for police records. You kept asking for lawsuits against you. And they never proved the things they said about you. She said, but I just knew because I've watched you for years since I was much younger, and I've never believed you were a scammer. So what she did was she was like, well, I have them and I bring you cash. I said, no, don't bring me cash. Cash up before you get here because I know you're serious and I'll make the product I know you're going to show. She came, and like I always do, there are a couple of people I shipped out to. The lady that that does it, they'll ship things for me. She's been really busy, just moved into a new house with her husband and her kids, so she couldn't get to the things last week. But she picked them up. She shipped a couple of things off a couple of days ago. I just hadn't been able to get to the two people she sent it to send you the tracking. I will try to do it tonight, but a couple of you will be getting packages soon. I have a couple more to put together. I was really glad. I said, well, if you drive up here, I can actually give you more stuff because I don't have to worry about paying for shipping and weight. She wanted two things. I gave her five things because her edges are missing. She was going to the dermatologist and getting the shampoo, and it was making her head itch really bad, or scalp itch. And her edges, I think she said she had dreadlocks and all the twisting and stuff, and the weight of them made her edges come out. Luckily, she had some baby hair there still trying to come in. So I gave her all the things I personally use. I gave her my stash. Everything that people get to try is what I use every day. And I know that it works because I try it on myself, and I got to send Nina a box. I send people that are close to me everything. We're our guinea pigs to make sure this stuff works. And I told her my stuff was concentrated, and I gave her the 24K gold topped cherry chocolate buttercream. And I put this sample video because she said she's not really comfortable doing videos, so they weren't that long. And she was like, "It smells so good. It smells so good." And she put her hand in it and lifted it up, and it stuck to her finger, the buttercream. I said, "I want you to see how my stuff is not running and how thick and rich it is. Even though it's a shea butter, it's not sticky, it's not hard, it's not gummy. My creams are thick and rich, but they're very soft and they're very creamy." And I gave her that and some moisture spritz because her actual hair was dry, but the scalp was dry as well. So I gave her a retin A ointment to put on the head. Why? Because it kills fungus and bacteria on the scalp, and it makes the scalp peel. You might not look like it, but if you never detox the scalp, exfoliate the scalp, you have dead skin and crust and microbes living in it that's causing the fungus and the itching and the hair, aiding the hair coming out. I gave her a tube of that, 1% retin A, which is good for the scalp, along with the very strong concentrated hair growth oil that I also put some glycolic acid in that will help to peel the scalp. So I told her to use one or the other, but if she uses the 1% red A for the first week, it's gonna peel. So I said it's gonna look like dandruff in my itch. It's not dandruff, it's dead skin that it looks like it's not there because her scalp is clean, but yet it itches and the hair came out. So that means she has a fungus there she cannot see. This is going to take it off. As you scrape the scalp lightly, she also has a antifungal shampoo. That shampoo is not for the hair. It's strictly for the scalp because that's the skin that the hair grows through from the follicle. So the skin on the top with the bacteria and fungus is living underneath the skin, especially in the areas where she's bald. So we want to peel that down, for exfoliate it, and then the oil will penetrate deeper with the biotin in there, and all the essential oils and the other nutrients in it penetrate her scalp. So I told about 3 months. Let's watch it for 3 months. But if she likes it and she wants to get a re-up, because she had samples of everything. I took pictures of it. I'll show them to you. She had about 4 or 5 things, and she had a moisture spritz. So what I told her was, when you get that type of shampoo, an antifungal, antibacterial, deals with yeast and mold and stuff shampoo, you want to wet the scalp and just shampoo the scalp only, because that type of shampoo will dry out the hair. So I said, let it sit for about 5 minutes and take water as hot as you can stand. Wash the scalp out. The hair gets wet, that's fine. We're not going to shampoo the hair. We're going to, with that shampoo, you would go back with a biotin shampoo or moisture shampoo to wash the hair. But with that antifungal, you don't wash the hair. You wash the scalp. And then I told her, I literally said step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. So she knew with each product what was step 1, step 2, so she wouldn't get confused because this was a new system for her. She shook the moisture spritz, sprayed it on the actual hair after she put, but she wanted to try the oil first. And I said, I wish you did you were doing this live, because that was the first time that she tried the oil, and she just goes, oh wait. I said, what? She said, I could feel it. I said, I told you my products have spirits in them. They're alive. And they're very calm. She said, oh, this feels so good. It's tingling. And I put a little shot of cayenne. She wanted that and cinnamon for warmth. And hers and her pure essential oils and her rosemaries and peppermints and tea trees. It's fully loaded. Very, very rich oils. You don't need much. And she said, oh, my head feels so good. Good. I said, I wish you would have taped it and said it. And then she sprays a spritz on her actual hair from roots to ends, and then takes a 24K topped buttercream and seals in the moisture from the leave-in spritz. I told her basically it's a layering. So everything is leave-in except the shampoo. She put these things out, did a twist out. I'm going to show it to you. And her hair, she said, is soft, but it was poofy. Not when she finished. She did her cute little twist out and she sent it to me. She said, my hair feels so much better and it's even softer than I thought it was before I'd use the products. So she's like, you got a client in me. And so I'm glad. She said she saw these people saying these things about me online. They couldn't prove these things, but they said about me. And she said, I didn't give a fuck about that. It was just something in me that told me I could trust you. She said, and you go above and beyond, and you did give me things I didn't, pay for. She was like, all I got is 150. I said, I'm gonna hook your ass up there 150. And she showed me. I said, it's not, I can't give you bigger amounts, but I can give you samples, at least 3 to 4 ounces of everything. It's so rich and thick. It's gonna last you if you use it sparingly because it's so strong. And I said, if you want something else, you tell me if something you want to change, or if it's too hot, or if you want it thicker or richer, I can do that. And she said, oh, no, no, I'm definitely coming back. And I said, tape it so they can see you really did come up here. And she says, what? I said, like Landmarks, Expressway. And that's exactly, so you can see I wasn't lying. I called her about 5 or 6 this morning because she said, I'm off today. I usually drive for a living. I want to come up. I don't want to wait to be shipped. She said, but I know you don't trust bitches. So here's my address. I said, no, I felt like it was okay. And she said, see y'all, no cap. I'm leaving Atlanta. I just met Lexi Talk. It was a blessing to finally meet good people now. You said April 7th. Well, like I said, if you want to buy something, I can set that up and my assistant give it to you. But just to meet, just to be meeting, I can't do that. But if you want some product, you can food or something, let me know. Let me know in advance because April 7th is almost here. So you contact me and let me know what is it that you're wanting to see if I can do that because it's only like a week away, almost 2 weeks away. I don't have a lot of time before April 7th approaches. Okay, so that was really good. So if anybody else wants, okay, you gotta let me know in advance. So just email me alexiskttylervp@gmail.com so that I'll know what it is and send me the Cash App or PayPal and I can start working on that. Well, we still got time to ship if you'd like. But if not, I'll make arrangements to get it to you. You come here. I just need to know in advance and make those plans. And so let me know now. Let me know in the next couple of days. Don't wait till the last minute because I can't promise you. If you wait till the last minute, because I have orders now, I have not even completed and filled. So don't hit me at the last minute and I might not be able to work you in because I got to get these things done. Okay. I can't think of, oh yeah, one more thing I briefly want to touch on that's weird to me. This young man spoke to me. What's his name? Riley. It's a young white man that's in Tennessee that was a student. He's in college. I don't know what school he's in, but he was in a fraternity. He was with his fraternity in Tennessee, and I think he's been missing like a week or two. They just found him yesterday or the day before in was it a lake or river or something like that up there in Tennessee. Riley. Yes, Riley Strain. Thank you, Riley Strain. Riley came to me and he told me one of his fraternity, one or two fraternity members killed him, drugged him. It's kind of confusing to me because I he's saying they sacrificed him. It was, but then the police are saying there's no trauma to the body. There's no foul play. He was drugged. He was poisoned that way. I don't know if this was a part of a hazing or, but it's not completely saying that. It's saying that this was a lover, someone, one was an old friend. It shows male and female. So I don't know if he had two people competing for him or if he was bisexual or gay or this woman liked him, but it showed it was an old friend involved. And one was a male and there was drugs and sex involved. There was a man. That's what he said. There was a white male that was a part of his fraternity. This was not a stranger. And he said he did not accidentally stumble down to the water and fell in the water. He said a male that was with him, a white male. His hair is blonde, and it looked like the male might have had a darker hair, like a darker brown hair, and it might have been thick and full with a little wave to it. Beautiful, thick head of hair. It might have a part on the side of it. Tall guy, attractive. He said that man, that friend, that fraternity member, they drugged him. And from what the news is saying, the bar put him out, but he only had one drink. Now, you know, that doesn't make any sense. After one drink, say he was very erratic, he was loud. I don't know if he was confrontational, but they said he was loud and he was getting a little bit, I guess, combative or out of control. They asked him to leave the bar or they escorted him out of the bar. He left. Sat, I don't know if it was the back or the side of the bar. He was walking away and there was a man that was following behind him or something. He said, this was somebody he knew. And that's what he told me, that this was a man he knew. And this was somebody that was like an old friend, but they had a back and forth, up and down, off and on relationship. And this man had betrayed him before, and they had argued before, and he would not set up boundaries with this man and kept taking him in and out of his life. And it looked like he started to try to set up boundaries and to stop dealing with the drama. Like he's acting like a martyr, a victim, drama with this guy. And the guy, they had a confrontation here. This guy drugs him, and then it looks like it's a woman here trying to come in and out of here that knows exactly what happened. So this is kind of a little bit confusing to me, because when I looked at the cards, it was showing people were celebrating, it was happy, but then it's showing him in love with this goddamn nigga, man. I'm just like this other white man, and this man follows him and push him, get him drunk, and get him drunk. It's not the drunk because it was one drink. This guy's not a drunk. He was drugged. And so if he was drugged, this was some type of revenge that this person was doing. You said you look like he was drugged. Okay, Crystal. Yeah. I felt bad for him, and what I noticed is people, let's say white people or something, they living in their physical body, they might not deal with people of color. They might not be racist or prejudiced and think their family doesn't deal with, they don't grow up around them. But I noticed that when some white people physically die or murder, they come and when they talk to me, they're nonchalant and they just talk and they're very relaxed and they're just talking to me like they have known me all of their life. It's like those rules don't apply. They don't even feel that way. You would think they would feel that way because you've never seen no black people around or Spanish people, anybody of color. But many of them will come directly here. How they find me, how Riley Stray found me, I don't know. I looked at his picture. As soon as I looked at his picture, he jumps up and starts talking through the picture. He said, hey, tell them that a guy, one of my frat members, murdered me. He poisoned me. And I'm like, but they said, and the police said, nobody did nothing to you. He said, that's a lie. They're covering it and they don't want anybody to know. I said, were you beat up? He said, no. And I said, well, but he said it was something internal with him, in the digestive system. He said in his heart. So if he was drugged, they kind of did an autopsy, but I'm sure the toxicologists are ready. I don't know if they're going to release that, or I don't know if it's something they gave. He said it was two. He's just saying now it's two substances there. You know, if somebody knows what they're doing, they know like a date rape drug or something. You know, it has within like 24, 36, 72. Some of these will dissolve within days, or some will dissolve within hours. I guess it depends on what it is. And was it somebody had to be extremely intelligent? These people were intelligent, with whoever school he was with, fraternity he was with. And he said that there was a cult. These are occult families, high-ranking occult families, and even within fraternities. Yes, the hazing goes on, whether they say that they stopped it or not. It secretly goes on, and there are secret sacrifices that are done within those types of top tier families. There are certain sacrifices that must be done. Even the parents will know that the sacrifice is going to happen or something's going to happen to the child, and they will secretly agree to the sacrifice of which child. And then when the child is murdered, they will act like they don't know anything about it, and they're shocked and they're devastated, and they know that when the child goes away to school in a certain day, a certain year, a certain time, it is time for a particular sacrifice on some level, whether it is sexual, whether it's assault, or whether it's all out complete physical death and the disembodying or dismemberment of the soul, detachment from the body, because that's the way they keep their wealth, and that's the way they keep the occult origins. Not only do they do that to society at large, but they also do that within their Illuminati families, their cult, and this is political families. Uh, well, all of these are political. All of them are tied to politics to keep their money and passing certain laws to protect them and being certain tax brackets in certain schools and paying to keep their children at certain schools. And they're all a part of this system, the Masonic secret societies. This is what he's telling me, and he's pointing to his mother, and his mother knows. And he said that his death was planned. It was a ritualistic type of hazing, but at the same time, this was dealing with relationships with him and a man and a woman. I don't quite have all the details of this because I didn't do a deeper reading on it. I just know what he did tell me, and it was disturbing to me. He said they're gonna cover it up. They're gonna cover this up. They're gonna say this isn't happening to me. And he stood by the water. He watched his body. He's walking around listening. What you said, Crystal? The bar he was at was the famous country singer late Luke Brian. See, they will pick certain landmarks for these things. None of that is an accident. And it looks like the person who did it, because it was a male, it was another white male, tall white male. He got rewarded, and there's a group of women that are also celebrating them, and a high priestess, a secret occult priestess who knows what happened. They're all celebrating and rewarding him. That looked really weird to me. That I didn't see a lot of people sad. I didn't see A lot of people crying. Actually, it was death coming up with the Ten of Swords. He was set up and ambushed to be murdered. He was laying face down in water. This was an arranged, this was a hit. This was all plotted and planned. I guess he didn't see it coming. He was kind of naive about these people that he trusted, even though this guy, he knew not to trust this guy because of their history. You said Luke is on the board. Oh, wow. Well, that's he's a part of this ritual too, baby, because it's his boss. Let's watch his career in his bar and see what takes off because somebody gets set up and drugged in a bar, lined up for murder, and there happen to be a celebrity, a famous person. Nah, that's not happenstance. Those are choreographed days, years, months, times that's happened. This is what Riley's telling me. He knows that he was set up and he was sacrificed. You know who he keeps showing me? Bruce Willis, I See Dead People, The Sixth Sense, where Bruce Willis took the little boy, I think or his mother, yeah, his mother. They went, but Bruce Willis was following around talking to him. They went to this little girl's house, this lady's house where her little girl died. And the little girl, when the little boy went into her room, so I'm telling her to look under the bed, her soul was there under the bed. And she took him backwards. He remote viewed in time. And the mother that was so sad and crying, remember, she was putting Lysol in the girl's soup. And the little girl was like, this tastes bad. And she was cringing and flinching. She didn't want to eat it. She made the little girl eat the soup. For some reason, Riley Strain kept showing me that scene. This is tied to his mother in some type of way, like she knew this was going to happen to him. He said this was choreographed and set up. I don't know what it means. I don't know why he would show me that scene and the mother's acting distraught. And he was like, my mother knew. He choreographed that with the people that were there. I'm going to go now and take a break. Y'all hit my cash app. Make it clap. Continue to support me and the work I do, please. And I'll see, because we're getting very close to Nipsey's anniversary. And if you want me to put candles up for him, you want me to put food up for him, because I want to put some Ethiopian food up there and see what messages he has and how he feels on this anniversary that's just days away. Please donate to me so I can, because I haven't been able to do much the past few months since I got home and light up the altar. And I love him. I love the altar. I love the messages and the fact that everything he's told me has come out, especially for the people that laughed and said I was so crazy and need to get mental help and all this stuff. And this is a mental problem. I don't want a cure for it. Just like the song Diana Ross made a long time ago, The Sweetest Hangover. She said, if there's a cure for this, I don't want it. I don't need it. I don't want it, baby. Because what you say is crazy is on me. And these symbols on me, they come true. So I don't care what nobody think and say about me. There was something else I was sharing. It's so much he has said that's coming out. I was sharing on my Instagram today as well. And I just been also, recovering and taking care of me. But B. Smith really scared me the other night, but I believe him. He was talking about me, he was talking about other prophecies, and Sharon Tate is clearly still in this realm. Like I said, when she was murdered, she was pregnant. I think she was far along. So her baby was whole, and they cut the baby and cut it out of her, cut her open and started, oh, it's just disgusting. I wonder if that baby was almost full term, what did they do with it? But both of them died, and she is still in this realm, it is not resting. And she was talking about Roman Polanski. She's not at peace. But you see devils like that, like somebody said earlier, he's still alive and like 90. They live a long time. When you see beautiful people around them, and then he had done a sex ritual and got her pregnant. See, that was like Rosemary Baby on the goddamn Exorcist. See, they will impregnate someone and then sacrifice them so they can tap into the blood of their vagina, tap into their womb, and put their seed inside of them, and then turn around and do some sick shit like that, sacrifice them to Satan. So that you got two for the price of one. Plus, you have the innocent soul. You did a double human sacrifice, and you took the life of an innocent. And this lady's still roaming the earth up in Hollywood Hills. And again, she attached to me and started talking. There's actually now I'm getting three of them. I'm getting Sharon Tate, I'm getting Marilyn Monroe, and I'm getting Anna Nicole Smith. The same types of shit, except their deaths weren't as bloody. Theirs were internal and drug addiction, drug induced murders, which would also bring me back to JFK and this election that we're dealing with Biden and Trump. I think isn't one of the JFK relatives also either if they're not running for president, are they running for some office right now? I think because I saw that in the news somewhere. That's quite interesting because she was Marilyn Monroe was sleeping with the JFK brothers, John, Kennedy, and his brother Bobby, and she was using the MK Ultra sex slave and a spy, and she was I think getting ready to reveal some things she wasn't supposed to reveal, and they made sure she did not. Those three are here, the three blonde bombshells, along with Sharon. They're here with Sharon Tate from Helter Skelter and Charles Manson stinking ass, stinking crazy, cross cockeyed ass, who's still alive. Oh boy. You said you saw Glorilla with Biden. That is interesting to me because B. Smith also brought up Young Dolph and was talking about Glorilla and Yo Gotti. And then you know he talked about what a name. He don't like what a name like Ken Keisha. Talking about so it's something that Glorilla is tied up in sacrifices as well. I don't know who came up dead around Glorilla. Y'all would probably know better than me if it hasn't happened yet. It's getting ready to. Because all of them have to do sacrifices to go up. And he said right now is when it's happening with the helter skelter type of sacrifices. It's only certain people they do that to when they map the body and they go through the main body systems, the cardiovascular and the central nervous system. All those glands are inside of those. Dealing with the brain, the spinal cord, all of the nerves that move outside of there, connected to all of the glands and the fluids in the digestive system, which would also hold the liver, the gallbladder, the pancreas, the spleen, the kidneys. They go into the kidneys, the urinary tract, and they go into the sex glands, the sex organ. That's where the meat of everything is, and that's where the seat of the soul is, along with the guts. You have two hearts. You have a heart that's in your chest, and you have a second heart that is your guts. Like they say, I felt it in my gut, I feel it in my spirit. That's your second heart, and one of the biggest parts of your intuition is the intestine. That's a heart, along with the heart in your chest. One of the most powerful ones is your gut. It will never lie to you, and it will never, never lead you wrong. Yes, I thought about Gangster Boo as well. I wasn't, su- I wasn't sure if she worked with Glorilla and that other one from Atlanta. What's her name? The half white girl from Atlanta. I think she worked with her. Look at those women that work with her. That energy, she was sacrificed, and they took a elder and an OG Gangsta Boo. They don't care about them, as you can see, and the disrespect, and then will physically assault you if they could get away with that shit. They would gladly take your life to come up because it's a big gap 10, 15, 20 years. and they don't respect the groundwork that they've laid for them to be able to come through and do what they do. And they're not even doing it on a level that the real women that paid that way, MC Light, Queen Latifah, Yo Yo, all the real greats who never had to throw their pussy or take their clothes off. All of their stuff was lyrical and poetic from the dome. These women are not like that now. Most of these women are not like that. They don't even have that lyrical flow or the intellect to create things like that. And they have no respect for the ones that paved the way for them that did. So it'd be nothing for them to take their life. You said to Gangsta Boo, and thank you for doing her reading. But I love Gangsta Boo. Where them dollars at? I've always loved Gangsta Boo. All the real greats and Little Kim. But anyway, I'm gonna get off here for now. Yeah, Lotto. I think she did it with Lotto. They don't care. All they care about their fame and fortune. They fake fame and fortune that ain't gonna last. Uh, those were the real pioneers. And Roxanne, all those from New York City, that you don't see anymore. They phased them out because they weren't willing to sell out. And they weren't going to drop their intellect. Once you drop the intellect of a female, you drop the whole intellect of the community and every child they produce and the way they produce the children. They're not about family, community, children, paving the way for the future, long term wealth and stability. These women ain't thinking about no shit like that. And these people worship and admire them. These are idiots. These are not women I would respect, follow, look up to. No. All they throwing is they pussy in their ass, and how long can you do that? And there's nothing stable behind that. It's an abortion culture in their ass, abortion culture in their mind. You can look at the state of the community and the state of the men that run these communities and that are inside these industry and the men that they fucking lay down with. This generation has gone to hell. And it's an instant me, me, me. No honor, no integrity, no intestinal fortitude. You want what you want right now and today. And they have no respect for elders. So they come at you wrong, you have to end up laying their motherfucking ass down because they'll do it to you. I can't believe I saw a video on Instagram. This older woman, I think she was this lady's aunt, but she was somebody else's grandmother. This lady was small and frail, gray. This younger woman went in her house and somebody filmed her jumping. I don't know what younger women that are stronger than older women or old people period get off on jumping on somebody older and weaker that cannot physically challenge them to be able to defend themselves. Why would you get off on doing that to somebody weaker than you? Jump this older woman. The older one was trying to fight her back, but she was taller and bigger and younger and stronger and just did this to this lady while some other younger people were inside, went to this woman's house, jumped her in her own house, while somebody was standing there taping it and uploaded it to the internet and thought it was funny. Wow. I just don't. I don't know how you could get off on doing it to someone that's not as strong as you and somebody's not your age. I mean, because every older woman is not weak. There are some older women that are still very strong that are bodybuilders that will beat your young ass and shoot your ass. You know, so it's like clearly they know who to do that shit to. Oh boy, that's why I don't fuck with these bitches no more. I don't around me because you ain't finna do that to me, bitch. I would never let a young bitch get the satisfaction come to my house and whooping my motherfucking ass, bitch. We ain't doing that to drip. Anyway, they can get possessed by what the I get possessed too, goddammit. Shit. You won't laugh and put no video up showing you did that to me. Goddammit. This shit pissing me the fuck off, honey. Let me you said what she talked to Alexis video from last week. I don't know who talked to me last week because I don't pay these hoes no attention. I don't got too old for that shit. I'm too grown. I'm too mature for that shit. I don't argue with no bitch that I don't know, that I ain't did nothing to, that just want us talk shit about me, that don't know me and make up shit about me. I'm never going to do that again. You got an issue with me, like I said, at this point, the only thing I'm going to respond to is a subpoena. You can sue me. I will respond to a judge. Other than being on the YouTube and the internet arguing with a dumb bitch that don't know nothing about me and that's beneath me, you will not see me do that again. Unless I know you, something happened between us and I'm responding to any lies you told me, but told about me, but still subpoena me. That's the only thing I'm going to take seriously, and that's the only thing that matters, that is set in stone. What is law? Other than some knick-knack paddywhack shit and going back and forth on the internet, that don't mean a God. I don't care what you say about me. I don't care what you think about me, especially if you can't prove that shit. If it's not a subpoena, I am not gonna go back and forth in that jaw janking bullshit, and you're not coming to my house and putting your fucking hands on me. That dumb shit, I don't even know why these younger women want to argue with me at my age anyway. Why don't you argue and pick on somebody your own age, your own size? Coming for me, I don't even understand, especially when you can't prove anything you send me, because I don't fuck with no young bitches. Like, I never fucking will again. I'll never try to help a bitch. I'll never have a bitch hang around here. I will never have a bitch that's my assistant unless I do now what I should have always done. From now up front, you will fill out your contracts and you will get a background check. If we see that you're a dumb bitch and you're a dirty bitch and your ass need to be on Crime Stoppers and shit, you won't be doing nothing for me. Cause I already know somebody sent you over here and sicked you on me to do some shit they fucking scared to do. And for some reason they think that you're going to do it. Ain't none of y'all doing that shit to me. It don't matter who you are. It don't matter what you are. I shoot a nigga and I shoot a bitch that come over here with that bullshit. So to avoid all that, I ain't arguing with no stupid bitch or no bitch ass nigga. And I'm not having no other bitch over here that I ain't did no background check on that I don't fucking know, that's coming on me with some bullshit. Coming on my property with that shit. I done told y'all I'm like Gucci, goddammit. I'm like Gucci man. You ain't putting hands and feet on me, goddammit. I keep that eye. Not iron, I keep that eye on me. That eye on me. I keep that eye on me. Keep that eye on me. I switch cheese to G. I keep that eye on me.